Right here with you. Diving into discussions that matter. We'll tackle the headlines, explore stories that shape our lives, and dissect the issues that keep us awake at night. But that's not all. The Morning Crossfire is your platform too. Your thoughts, your opinions, they all have a place right here. From politics to business and the economy, from the social issues to the heart of the city. I'll be your companion, your source of information, and your partner in exploration. And it's just not about the headlines. It's about the conversations we have, the connections we make, and the impact we create. Your insights matter, your questions matter, and your energy matters. So whether you're in traffic, having breakfast, or starting your workday, I'll be right here, keeping you informed and engaged. So Lagos, stay tuned, set your alarms, and mark your calendars, and let's kickstart our mornings together, right here on the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info and Kofi Bartels. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. Time to have a conversation this morning. And of course, as advertised, we have a guest already standing by. And she is a big fish, I would like to say. And of course, someone who is one of the top officials in the State Department of the United States of America. Now, for a country like Nigeria, we'll normally call our own State Department Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So the United States equivalent of the State Department of Nigerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs is the State Department. We know that some time ago, just recently, the United States Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, was in Nigeria. He's been doing a lot of work around the world. And this time around, we have the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Educational and Cultural Affairs. She is Madame Lee Satterfield, and she is in Nigeria. Good morning to you, Madam Lee Satterfield. Thank you so very kindly for your time this morning. Okay, I don't know what issue is. We have a bit of a challenge hearing. Can you hear me, madam? All right, we will try to sort it out as quickly as possible. Sorry about that. Please stay with us. I think it's from our end. All right, it's from our end.
Where else can you get it? Then, the station best in talk.
That's why education is the main thing. Once you kill education, you can control the people.
Africans just like to blame.
It's our constitution ban military from intervention in the government.
Yeah, if you want to destroy any country, kill the education. It's as simple as that.
Former terrorists who are undergoing rehabilitation are now saying that the government's promise to pay them $30,000 has failed, and for that reason, they are on the streets protesting.
Possession doesn't win you matches round.
No, but if they can't hold on to the ball, they cannot score.
Another thing again is our officiating, especially in the league. Why is it that Nigerian referees are not selected for CAF tournaments or CAF matches?
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we still have our guest, and as soon as it becomes the link is working, we'll put back on the air. But madam, when we can see your audio, what do I call it again? Active, we will see it here, and we will let you know. I'll give you a thumbs up, and of course I'll hear you. I've already activated it, so I'll hear you when you are live. But for those who are wondering, of course, like I said, our guest is the Assistant Secretary of State from the United States of America. She's the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Educational and Cultural Affairs. Assistant Secretary Satterfield has led a diverse professional career, which has included serving as the President and Chief Operating Officer of Meridian International Center, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State in the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, and the Deputy Chief of Protocol of the United States during the Obama administration, Chief of Staff to the United States Secretary of Labor, and Special Assistant to the President and Staff Director for the White House Office of Public Liaison in the Clinton administration. So she's pretty much been around for quite some time and is quite experienced as far as the United States administration is concerned. We're here to talk about some important issues, especially the education and cultural ties between the United States and Nigeria. Now, if you'd like to be part of the conversation, please call the numbers we usually advertise, 0700-993-993, 0700-993-993, and of course, you can call 0201-465-7190, 0201-465-7190.
So we got to turn the sound
Okay.
up on that.
Yeah, I think we can hear you. So you can place this phone just by her. Okay, guys, sincere apologies. These technical things happen from time to time. All right. So what is the relationship between the United States of America and Nigeria, like as far as educational ties are concerned, as far as cultural ties are concerned? We would like to know what are your thoughts on the situation in Nigeria, educationally, for instance. We know education is a very big tool for development. Having her on the program this morning is an opportunity to highlight the Biden-Harris administration's commitment to deepening education and cultural ties between Nigeria and the United States of America. And when we're talking about education and cultural ties, we're talking about even creative industries. We're talking about technology. We're talking about innovation. All these areas are areas of growth and connectivity between two countries. Assistant Secretary Satterfield, sorry about the issues, but can you hear me?
I can.
All right, fantastic. You need to mute one particular audio, maybe one of the the other one, yes.
Does this work?
Yes, better.
Okay, great. That's what I thought. I'm so sorry. Speaking of technology, I think we blew that this morning.
Yeah, it happens. It happens from time to time. We in Nigeria, we've been having an issue of internet connectivity for some time now because some undersea cables were cut.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed, and it affected the internet connectivity. The quality was really poor. A lot of people struggled for some days, but we're back to about 90%. And what the Nigerian government is looking for is for a way to have an international law that protects undersea internet cables. That protects. Yes, I don't know if that's something that the United States shares and can probably even possibly support if we make that move. What are your thoughts on that, please?
Well, I think everybody struggles with the issues of evolving technology, particularly as it relates to connectivity and internet issues. It's a valuable tool for every individual all across the world, and hopefully our governments will come together and find some shared solutions.
Fantastic.
Very soon. But I just want to say thank you to everyone for letting me be part of this program. I know this is a very popular show, and you do a great job in bringing the news directly to the people in Nigeria. I just appreciate the time to come on and talk about what I'm doing here in Nigeria, building on Secretary Blinken's trip, you mentioned at the beginning of the hour that he had traveled here in January. This also, my visit builds on the President Biden's summit of African leaders in 2022 in Washington, D.C., where we talked about a wide range of issues that we could work on together. And I'm here to talk about where we've found some possible collaborations to announce, both in elevating education, which you mentioned is so important to both of our countries, and the cultural sector in culture diplomacy. That's
Fantastic.
what I do at the State Department. I build on people-to-people programs and relationships outside of traditional government-to-government work, because that's really at the heart of the relationship between the United States and Nigeria. It's the relationship between our people. I don't know if you knew or if you know, over 17,000 Nigerian students study in the United States each
Absolutely.
year.
Yeah.
It's the largest sending African country of all students studying in the United States, and 7th in the world. And we're really proud of our relationship with Nigeria.
Fantastic. Talking about education and talking about cultural and education ties, I remember my old man, my father of blessed memory, he worked for the Peace Corps. He worked in America. And, back in the 70s. Worked for the Peace Corps, and he told me told me so many stories about that. Anyway, so let's look at
beautiful.
Yes, fantastic. Let's look at the cultural ties. Some Nigerian, students, Nigerians these days favor going to countries like Canada and UK for study, for those who want to study abroad, and not the United States of America, they feel. But you've given us some statistics and figures. But the view is that it's a bit difficult for African students, Nigerian students to, make it to the United States of America. What do you say to that?
We welcome all students from Africa studying in the United States, open with full hearts. I think the thing that is important for Nigerians to know about studying in the United States is there's such a wide range of opportunity for students at universities, colleges, community college. I think what we like to say is there's a place for everyone. There are different kinds of study and different kinds of approach to the kind of education that you're looking for. One of the things that I'll be announcing later today, so please stay tuned. I'm going to be talking about 3 new programs that we're going to offer to Nigerians. One of them is a community college initiative in the creative sector. There we go. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're here. Go on. It happens.
And it's this idea of vocational and educational training. While universities and colleges, some depending on which one in the United States, can give you a broader educational view, vocational and educational training through community colleges can be specific and technical. And so we're really interested in making sure that more Nigerians know about that option, because not many people do, but it's sort of there's a place for everyone in the United States.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to that, but I just want to say you're doing quite well, with technological challenges we're having this morning. You're doing very fantastic. So what's driving this high-level engagement? In recent time, we've seen the U.S.-Africa Summit. We've seen several African leaders go to the White House. And we've seen Anthony Blinken come to Nigeria. And now you're here. What's driving this high-level engagement between the U.S. and Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you noticed. Over 17 cabinet-level ministers, as we would say in Nigeria, but cabinet-level secretaries is what we say in the United States, have come to Nigeria very recently. And Africa is a geopolitical force, right? And Nigeria being the largest democracy, the largest country, the largest economy, it's a natural partner for the United States. And so it just makes sense. There's a common feel between our people, common shared values. And what I want to announce is how to really grow and foster, both in education and the creative sector, those bonds.
Fantastic. So those of you listening, you have to stay tuned because she will make make some announcements this morning. You don't want to miss it. We still have Lee Satterfield, Assistant Secretary of State, United States Secretary of State for Culture and Education. March is Women's History Month. And of course, we here in Nigeria have been celebrating, let's ring the bells, we've been celebrating International Women's Day.
Thank you.
Yes, International Women's Day was a big deal. Yeah. We had a special conference, roundtable here on Nigeria Info. Now, in many countries, including Nigeria, Assistant Secretary, women constitute nearly half of the population, but they are not exactly enjoying, the rights and opportunities on an equal level. Please tell us, how does the United States of America support inclusivity, particularly women's inclusivity in Nigerian society?
It's critical. It's such a very important point you're making, and I love that we can highlight that on Women's History Month and also International Women's Day. In the United States, we believe that it's not just the right thing to do to find opportunity and inclusion for women, but it's the smart thing to do. Think about it. If half of our population is left behind in terms of economic opportunity, that doesn't make smart business sense. I mean, we could just look at it in those terms. I mean, it makes more sense to include more women and young people in access to education, and through programs like the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. That's a United States sponsored training program to work with women in Nigeria to train through one of our really wonderful universities. Arizona State University provides training platforms to work with women to develop their entrepreneur skills. Yesterday, when I arrived in Lagos, I had a chance to meet with a number of Nigerians who are, we call them alumni of our U.S. exchanges, kind of like you would think of students in a school. And I met with some of them to hear about the projects that they've taken on after they've participated in a U.S.-sponsored education or cultural program. And the things they're doing in their communities blew my mind, with technology, access to healthcare for women with cancer, where it might take too long to travel to a place to see a doctor. You can do it on a telephone by putting in information about your symptoms. There are women doing really interesting and amazing things in the agri business in helping to freeze-dried items that are left in farms that would otherwise just go thrown out. They're looking at ways to preserve and use those food items later. So across every sector, tech, health, wellness, environment, you see Nigerians learning skills from their co-parts or friends, frankly, in the United States, and putting plans into action when they get home. And I was incredibly impressed. Beautiful stories.
Interesting. These are alumni of the exchange programs. I know that every year we have Nigerians going over to the United States for the IVLP and other programs. Yes, indeed. Let's talk about...
So, have you been in an IVLP?
I've been waiting to be on the list.
Okay.
Maybe I'll be on the next one.
For journalists. We have programs for journalists. Noted.
Yeah.
I'll let somebody know.
Thank you very much, Madam Assistant Secretary. Appreciate it. It's been a long time coming. Okay. We cannot talk about culture without talking about the Nigerian music. It's a big deal, and a lot of Nigerian artists have been making waves. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to Afrobeat, to Davido.
Oh yeah,
Davido, Burna Boy, and Wizkid. These are big artists. You have the likes of female artists like Simi, Yemi Alade, Tiwa Savage, and What do you think about Nigerian music?
I'm so glad you brought that up. Okay, I was in LA for the Grammys, the big award show in the United States, and they have opened up a new category for African musicians, African artists. And I was there and got to watch Burna Boy and
Wow.
went to a I know it was I gotta say I gotta pinch myself. It was incredible, and I went to an event the day before the actual award show, and my friends over at YouTube had hosted an event welcoming and celebrating African artists, and Americans flocked to get in to see these amazing artists and these individuals. And you could just see the interest from the United States in Afrobeats and in all these emerging artists. I think that you're hitting exactly one of the reasons we're so focused on the creative industries. One, we see it as an opportunity to provide economic access for both Americans and Nigerians. But the booming industry that's happening here, and I see it in Lagos, in both music, of course, and film and the arts, it's across the board, really.
All right. Madam Secretary, we'll talk about some more about the music. I must not forget to mention Rema, Thames and Aria Star, who also, big in the United States, have some fans there. I'll come back after we have a commercial break. I want to play some ads, and we'll come back and we'll continue the conversation. All right, for those of you listening at home, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Talking about winnings, you definitely know that when it comes to winning, especially winning money, your one true partner is oneplay.ng, especially on Nigeria Info. You see, nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, we have upped the take. On Nigeria Info now, the daily winnings are now over 150,000 naira. All you have to do, still, it has not changed, the process has not changed, is go to the website at www.oneplay.ng. That is one as in the number one, play, play.ng, or dial from your phone *347 *880 *3 hash. Play with as little as 500 naira, and within a few seconds, your ticket will be in that draw. That big draw where money is being won. You will be one in the number. The more you play, the better your chances of winning every day on the Crossfire. That is the morning Crossfire. What's up, Lagos? And a game on shows on the weekdays. And of course, on the weekends, the Football Frenzy show is definitely there for you because you can win money on that show. So we are doing this every day. That is the jack. That is the gist, ladies and gentlemen. But that's not all. Every Friday, put your ear out for this one. Every Friday, there will be 500,000 naira in a jackpot for one lucky winner to win. Playing during the week automatically qualifies you for this weekly jackpot. What are you waiting for? Your chances of winning are the same as whether you play on oneplay.ng or you play dialing the code *347 *880 *3 hash. Remember to play responsibly and make sure you are above the age of 18 while playing. OnePlay is a registered trademark under Lasho Trading Services Limited, licensed by the Lagos State Lotteries and Gaming Commission.
This is an infomercial.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. Every parent wants to see their child growing up happy and healthy. Introducing Renzo Vitamins for Kids, a secret to your child's daily nutrition and boundless joy. With Renzo Vitamins, your child will have the energy to embrace every moment and unlock their full potential. Give your child a head start in life with Renzo Vitamins for Kids, because a happy child is a healthy child.
I've always known that the events of the last few weeks enable people to make up their mind a lot more firmly. Do not have two sunrises in one day.
The Duke of Shomolu once again presents Kashimawo.
Even in Africa.
A super exciting recount on the life and times of the Enigma, Chief MKO Abiola. Written and directed by Professor Bakari Ojo, Kashimawo will take place on the 31st of March and the 1st of April 2024 at the Ajib Recital Hall of the Musan Center. Time is 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Gate fee 5,000 naira regular and 20,000 naira VIP. Tickets available online on www.ariatickets.com, www.guestandhost.com. Executive producers Mofoluake Edgar, Yemi Shodimu, and Prince Femi Tejuosho. Sponsors First Bank of Nigeria, Unified Payments, Lagos State Security Trust Fund, LIRS, Anchor Insurance, Smooth FM, Data Melon. For inquiries, call the Duke of Shomolu on 0909 532 5791.
This is not a civilian versus military.
It does. of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby?
Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap-free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said
hfm.com.
Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Start your day and have a good time. Even when you need to clear your eyes. And when you need to have the break time. If not tea, Papa Garita. Kivo Crema. Kivo Crema. Kivo Crema. Kivo Crema.
Good time moments with Kivo Crema.
Kivo Crema.
My son, help me check this phone. I don't know wetin Junior press. He no dey work again.
Make I see. Mommy.
Wetin happen?
They don't block your line now.
Nobody like to chop blocking, no. So, if they don't block you unto say you not link your NIN to your Airtel line, run kitty go any Airtel shop with your NIN to unblock your line today.
Airtel, a reason to imagine. When you wake up on the wrong side of your bed, you wake up with a bad mood.
Good morning, neighbor.
And a bad mood is very contagious. It could affect your car. And even other drivers on the road. Before you know it, when you sleep on the wrong mattress, you'd always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Sleep good and start your day right with Vitafoam's range of great quality mattresses, pillows, and furniture. Visit www.vitafoamng.com or any of our authorized distributors nationwide. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Every morning, na better chance to carry your hustle go higher level. So, make you start your day with the correct taste of Nescafe. Start strong, finish strong. Nescafe.
Imagine the joy of surprising your loved ones with their names in lights, sharing heartfelt messages on towering billboards that catches the eyes and warms the hearts of everyone who passes by. For as low as 30,000 naira, you can celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, events, and promote your brand on our digital billboards. To book your slot, call 0812-088-9773 or visit www.mysogi.com.ng. Make your moments larger than life with MySogi, the smart ads company.
Alright, no fam. My name is Brother Shaggy, aka Mr. Rob. And I can tell you, say Rob, they deliver fast and long-lasting relief for muscle aches, joint pains, and symptoms of cold and catarrh. Robin, in out.
Your favorite Indomie noodles is now 250 naira for Indomitable, 70 grams and 400 naira for Super Pack 120 grams. Head to your nearest store and grab your favorite Indomie noodles at this new price. Indomie, tasty nutrition, good for you.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. We still have with us the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Educational and Cultural Affairs, Madam Lee Satterfield, with us in the studio. Of course, she's in Nigeria on the heels of the visit by the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken to Nigeria. He had meetings with various stakeholders, and she's told us this underscores the importance that the United States of America attaches to its relationship with Nigeria, which it sees as a strategic partner in the progress and development. Madam Lee Satterfield, we were talking about Nigerian music, Afrobeat in particular, and you reminded us of the Grammy Awards and the fact that an African category has been created, which is quite a great development and opportunity. Just before you go, tell us the opportunities in the cultural space, in the education space as well. In gender equality, in film, fashion, and arts, and in sport. That the Nigerians can take advantage. I just want to add that Nigerians' leading footballer, a female footballer, Ashish that Oshoala, has just moved to the United States of America. I think that's a plus right there. So over to you, madam.
It's a plus right there. I love that. I think you've mentioned all the various ways that we connect between one another. Cultural heritage is another way. We have a strong relationship and a partnership between our two countries to do more in preserving and protecting cultural heritage. I'm going to be saying more about that later today, but specifically on education and culture. I am speaking at the University of Lagos this morning. I think at around 10:45. If anybody wants to come out and meet us there, we're going to be announcing the 3 new initiatives in the creative economy space. One for Nigerians in the television sector, helping to mentor with American partners to help from script writing to screen, the process that it involves to bring an actual show to the screen.
Great.
We're also announcing a partnership in the music industry, something we're going to do with the Recording Academy. I hope I'm not giving it all away. And then third, a community college initiative, and I'll be saying more about those 3 things later. But please, just because I know you have a large audience of listeners, you can go follow us at US in Nigeria across all platforms to get information about opportunities to study in the United States. Hopefully people were watching at the beginning of the show that there's a place for everyone in the US because we have such a wide variety of educational opportunities. But I also want to mention a priority of mine in the job that I'm doing now is to bolster what we call American spaces. And those, you can think of those like storefronts for windows into the United States all across the world. We're going to be announcing the 26th American space location at the University of Lagos this morning.
Fantastic.
So there are already 25 all across the country. And those are places where Nigerians can come and learn more about opportunities in the United States. There are trainings and opportunities to take classes to upskill focused on tech or a particular sector, learning about how you can connect with people all around the world, access to the internet. It's just a great way to meet people where they are. And so the United States, we can do things together without actually having to travel. Although we love that idea of traveling, we want more Americans to come to Nigeria and vice versa. But American Spaces is just a wonderful way for people to learn more and find out what kind of offerings that there are. So thank you for having me. This has been a real treat.
We'll be looking out for the announcement and more information on the music partnership and the initiative to help the music sector. And of course, I'm particularly very, very, very excited about the collaboration with the television stations and workers and media houses in the country. I was a beneficiary of one U.S. I think it was a training that was organized. Yeah, a gentleman, I think his name is Bert Clayman, was brought over from VOA. He's a former VOA guy, brought over to Nigeria, had a little week training and all that. But I'll take you up on the other one, the exchange program. Madam Secretary, thank you so very kindly for your time this morning. And all roads lead to University of Lagos at 10 o'clock. If you want to hear some more about that announcement, I think it's a big win for Nigerian music. Thank you very much for it. Enjoy your stay in Lagos, and please don't forget to eat amala. Madam, can you say amala after me? Say amala.
Amala.
Amala, yeah. It's a Yoruba delicacy, it's a food, Nigerian food meal. So please tell Tayo to buy you amala and just try it. You love it.
I will. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right. Lee Satterfield, as U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Education and Culture, thank you so very kindly for your time. Enjoy the rest of your stay and enjoy the rest of your time in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. You can follow U.S. in Nigeria on social media. Please take advantage of those opportunities. You never can tell. One opportunity that you use for yourself, your child, your ward, or someone you know could be the beginning of great things in their lives. there are a number of Africans, Nigerians who took advantage, and today they're doing great things in America. So please don't miss that. And for our musical people, those who are into music, why don't you go to the United States program at Unilag this morning, 10 a.m. And maybe there will be an opportunity for you to even sign up. I don't know, and to take advantage of that. All right, it's very important. And see what you can gain from the collaboration for that. Very important. For the American spaces, while I was in Port Harcourt, I lived and worked in Port Harcourt for years. I knew of the American space or American corner in University of Port Harcourt, and young people used to go there to for meetings and stuff, this yearly program and all those things. So please, just be a part of all of these things, especially young people. This is the time you have to set your life up, set yourself up for a good life and all that. So please take advantage of it. Then for those who are looking for educational opportunities, she dropped a hint, talking about community colleges. Those are things that you can take advantage of. I know, for instance, in Germany, they have this vocational training, and people have been going there, and from there they get retained and they can work. So if there's an opportunity to do that in the United States of America, I think you should take advantage of that. The Germans have what they call Ausbildung, and the Americans have theirs too. So you can take advantage of it. It's not everyone who would go through the same route of going for a master's or degree. You can do a vocational training, technical training, go to a community college and all that, and still get to good education. So try it out.